everybody, it's Lo and welcome back to my channel, Lo Without Limits. In this video, I'm going to do another what I eat in a day / day in the life. So if you want to see that, then just keep watching. Today is Saturday. It is about 10:30 a.m. I'm definitely getting a slower start to the day and I don't really have any plans today, but there are just a few things that I actually want to do and like really focus on. So I figured today I can just take it easy, keep resting, keep recovering, work on some stuff for my small business that I really want to do, and also work on someone's business website that it's taken quite a bit of time to actually start doing it because he was waiting for some custom graphics to be made, and then once he got all of those, he delivered all of that to me and I was like, actually I'm gonna need a bit of time to recover. I actually got my appendix removed and it was a pretty wild experience. Like 11 a.m. I was feeling a little bloated, not feeling too great, didn't think too much of it, tried rubbing my stomach, you know, in that motion, had some Tums, didn't help, took a bath, didn't help, had some teas, chewed on some fennel, nothing helped. And then it turned into me being in bed sweating, but also freezing. So I was like bundled up, but like had the chills and was sweating. I had like a really low fever, like nothing super concerning. Took an at-home test and it was negative. And then Austin came back. I just had him like rubbing my back. He was like, you are burning up everywhere. Let's just go to urgent care to like get you a PCR test, because the day after we were actually gonna fly to Nashville for his cousin's wedding. As I was walking back to his car after doing the little swab, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see what the wait is in urgent care. If the wait is long, then I'll just leave and then see how I feel. Maybe this bloating will go away by the time it's tomorrow morning. And if it doesn't, then I'll come back to urgent care. There was a wait, like the person was like, oh, like the wait might be like 2 hours, like, but you're gonna have to like pee in a cup. So I used the restroom. Literally as I'm like peeing in the cup, the nurse was already calling my name, so I didn't have to wait at all. Like they took me super quickly, did the CT scan, and I had appendicitis, essentially like 11 a.m. Started feeling some pain. 11 p.m. I was in pre-op for surgery and I came back at 3 a.m. the next day. So it's just been a lot of recovery, but finally like these last few days I'm on the up and up, feeling so much better. I haven't been able to be super active at all. Like today I'm actually going to take a walk later because that's really all I can do. I can't really lift anything more than 10 to 15 pounds. No going to the gym and deadlifting 200 pounds for a couple more weeks. But I am happy to finally be in a place where I can move more and I feel comfortable moving. I can sleep on my side and like sleep a little bit more comfortably. One thing that I have noticed and is slowly starting to improve is my appetite. I actually spoke to the surgeon with this and he said that it's normal. Especially at first, I wasn't really hungry at all, and then when I would eat, I would have to chew so much. And it's always good to chew more, it's good for your digestion, but I'd be chewing so much and it was like exhausting. But like the idea of like having to swallow the food, I was like, this is too much work. It just kind of felt like it was all here, and I felt like my stomach was filling up really quickly, so I also wasn't eating a lot when I was eating. Finally, I'm able to eat a little bit more, still not a ton, like my appetite isn't fully back. One last thing on my appendix, RIP appendix, you will not be missed anymore. After my surgery, so it's standard practice to get your appendix biopsied, and I actually got a call ahead from the surgeon like a few days before our official like follow-up call that they found a small tumor in my appendix. And then that Friday when we had our official follow-up call, I did find out that it was a super low-grade neuroendocrine tumor. So nothing really of concern since it was like super slow growing and pretty small. It was only 0.7 centimeters. It had probably only been there, he said, either from like 1 to 2 years. Good that they got it out early and that my appendix didn't burst, or if I never even got appendicitis and like that stayed in there, then like 2 years from now it could have become more of an issue. Really grateful that by way of having super painful appendicitis, I also got that removed. I am gonna do a bit more testing just to like make sure everything else is good. And then the surgeon actually ended that call by being like, great news, we got it out. And I was telling my friends that I was with last night that when he said that, in my head I was like, great news is, so we did the standard practice of biopsy of your appendix as we always do, and great news, you have the best appendix we've ever seen. Saying great news, we got your little tumor out. That's like good news, a silver lining, a bright side, a positive part to like the kind of bummer news that I had a little tumor in there, didn't even know about it. I did do a little Googling, which my doctor was like, maybe just like don't Google things. But one thing that I did see is because it's an endocrine tumor and your endocrine system is like essentially your whole body, like your hormones, your thyroid. Sometimes these tumors can like secrete excess hormones, most often serotonin, into your gut. And while everybody's like, oh, serotonin, it's a happy hormone, too much serotonin is actually not good for your gut and can lead to like IBS symptoms. And I've always had a little bit of a sensitive gut. So I'm thinking like, I don't know if mine in particular was secreting hormones or serotonin or anything, but I'm kind of curious to see like if it was, and now not having that in me, what improvements are we gonna see? We shall find out. And another thing I wanna test, kind of a stretch, but we will do it, is I'm gonna try to eat gluten. Gluten makes me feel really, really icky. I get bloated, I feel nauseous. I don't have a good time, but I just wanted to try. Anyway, that's my little appendix life update. It's now like practically 11. I told myself mall opens at 11. I wanna go before it's like super crowded to potentially get new sunglasses because, you know, post LASIK eye care, I'm big on sunglasses now. But yeah, now it's 11, so I'll get there when I get there. I wanna have my cappuccino and read still. I ran out of the beans that I bought from Alana's and had been using for espresso. So I'm gonna use these ones that Austin just got from Go Get 'Em Tiger. Honduras Ermelinda Sorto, roasted on 1017. So I have 18.4 grams and this is my first time doing an espresso with these. So we're just gonna go with the 5 grind setting and we're gonna see what happens. It was a tad bit messy, definitely looks big. Put it on the scale and it's 56 grams. So definitely on the heavier side. I'm gonna sit and read, and then I'll meditate, and then I'll head over to the mall. I'm a wee bit hungry, but I've already been such a sloth today. I'm dressed and ready to go. I'm wearing this like long jumpsuit thing from Vuori that is so comfortable. It's a little chilly out today. This last week, it was like chilly, and then 90 degrees on Wednesday, and then back to chilly. A little hungry, but I kind of just like want to get to the mall. It's gonna be so fast. And then I've decided that after the mall, I want to go to Erewhon. I haven't had an Erewhon meal in so long. It's so good. I'm gonna noodle on it. And usually I don't get the Erewhon smoothies, but the Poosh smoothie actually looks kind of good. Just for now, so I can have something quick, kind of hold me over, I'm gonna do banana, add a little bit of almond butter on top, have those healthy fats to keep me satiated. Might add a little bit of honey to make it sweet. Might do a little pinch of cinnamon. Fancy banana. I usually don't eat bananas, but this past week, just because I'd been kind of a couch potato for 2 weeks, my muscles, like my calves started hurting, all my joints were hurting, like my hip sockets were hurting, everything was hurting, and I was like, oh my God, I have deep vein thrombosis because I've been a couch potato and now I have blood clots. Finally was like, I just need to move around a bit more. Maybe it's because I haven't had such an appetite, and by not eating a lot, I'm not getting all of my vitamins and nutrients in. So I was like, before I freak out, let me walk. I wanted to take a walk in the neighborhood, but there's so many hills that I'm like, that might be too much. A walk to Trader Joe's is much flatter. So I went and got a few bananas, and I think that potassium actually saved me. The next day I was like still a little sore. I like slept both nights with my legs elevated in bed, just like my feet on a pillow. Thursday, I felt like normal again, and I just like needed to move around more. I think my muscles were just so tight and sore from not moving for so long, and then also just not having any nutrients. So banana saved me. It is now a little after 2 p.m. I got back from the mall like half an hour ago and did like a quick little vacuum downstairs. I mentioned I was gonna get some sunglasses, so these are the winners. I've had my eye on them for so long, but I haven't tried them on, so I didn't know how they would look. So I just wanted to try a few on, and I figured treat myself. I'm celebrating getting an official full-time job offer. I'm still where I've been working. Technically since August, it's been a contract job, so I have to put in an invoice and then I get paid. I have to withhold my own taxes and like pay for all my own stuff. And we did it that way just as like a test to see if it's something that I'm even interested in. Like that way I don't fully commit to it at the start. But then this last week, they're like, you know, we've been meaning to offer you a job now, like healthcare and benefits and all that fun adult stuff. And I ended up going to Bloomingdale's to get them because I had a $75 Bloomingdale's gift card bestowed upon me about 1.5 years ago from the people who used to live here before us, and to this day have yet to forward their mailing address for nearly everything. Whoever lived here before did a return at Bloomingdale's. They sent her a gift card for like her return. And I emailed Bloomingdale's, sorry, she doesn't live here anymore. What should I do with the gift card? Are you gonna void it? You can email her because clearly she's in your system, so you should email her to update her address. Never heard back from Bloomingdale's, and then the other day I checked the gift card and it still had the money on there, like they didn't cancel it or anything. So I was like, a year and a half later, I think is a good period of time to use her return gift card. So put that to good use. But anyway, I'm going to work on some small business stuff now that I've really wanted to get done for like the last week, and I'm finally just want to sit down and do it. I ended up not going to Erewhon after the mall. One, because it's like midday Saturday at an Erewhon. Any location is honestly going to be chaos and I didn't want to deal with that. And I also wasn't super hungry to where going there, getting a meal, just to not be really hungry for it. When I do get hungry, I have some leftover zucchini lasagna. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've been doing like different iterations of zucchini lasagna and just kind of playing around with the recipe. And the other day we bought a little tub of ricotta, that way Austin can do some dollops of it on some broccolini that he roasted. And then he was like, you should use this for the zucchini lasagna. That would be really, really good. So I was like, ooh, I'll make a zucchini lasagna tomorrow. So I did, and I included the ricotta in there. So it was like really, really creamy. It was like a bit soggier in the pan, but still very, very delicious. That will be my lunch, but in the meantime, I'm gonna work a little bit. All right, it is now 3:30 and that took much longer than expected. It was some tax information, just a bunch of tax stuff for my small business. Tax stuff just isn't fun in general, and I didn't think it would take this long. Finally got that done, but now it's 3:30. I'm a little hungry, a little thirsty, so just so I can have food now and then do like a quick 30-minute walk, nothing crazy, need to ease myself into it. I'm going to have my leftover zucchini lasagna. Here it is, nice and cold. It literally looks like a rock. I did, as with my other ones, use ground turkey for it. Well, the first one I actually did prosciutto slices, essentially just making like a ground turkey meat sauce the same way I would when making spaghetti squash. So if you make the spaghetti squash and then have like a nice meat sauce on top, a little spaghetti squash bolognese. I have a whole video for that I can link down below, and it's essentially just taking that meat sauce part, using a little bit less pasta sauce, tomato sauce in there, definitely helps with like the moisture situation, and then having that be like the meat layer, and I've had success. So I'm gonna warm this up and have a little late lunch. Just got back from my walk. It's 5 p.m. now. I really intended for like a 20 to 30 minute walk because it's like my first walk, my first workout, my first actual exercise since my surgery. So I wanted to just take it a bit easy, and I looked at my phone and I was like, oh my god, it's already been like nearly 30 minutes. So by the time I got back here, it's about like a 40-minute walk. Now that I'm back, I'm going to work on that website that I really need to work on. Literally just do like 2 hours of focus work, and then I'll go and grab some dinner. Almost 7, it is 6:51 and I'm getting a little hungry. So I worked on that website. He had it originally through GoDaddy like years ago, and GoDaddy switched how they build websites, and now you can use like their website builder. So he's like, I'll just use that GoDaddy website builder. You can't edit anything, like you can make sections, and then the graphic was like really small, so I was like trying to adjust things, and you can't do blocks, it's just like sections, and once you add a section, you like can't do anything about it. I built it out like really quickly, honestly, and I did a couple of versions, and I sent him, I'm like, given my limitations with GoDaddy, like here are 2 options, pick your favorite. And I typically charge like a minimum $400 for a custom website, and this was so simple, and he already had his logo. I might need to recolor it to match some graphics that he got, so I didn't have to do anything like graphically with like Illustrator or InDesign or any of that. I can't charge him $400. Like I did not do $400 worth of work right now. So yeah, that was super easy. And then I spent like another 15 minutes doing some small business stuff, and now that it's almost 7, getting a little hungry and I don't want to eat too late, so I'm going to head over to Erewhon to go get my dinner. And I've decided that I'm not gonna do the poosh smoothie. I just feel like if I have the smoothie, one, it's chilly out, and like a cold smoothie, and if I do drink the smoothie, I probably wouldn't be hungry enough to like actually eat my meal. I think I'll just do a dinner, one of the plates there, and then I'll go and get the smoothie another time. Just another excuse to go to Erewhon, I suppose. All right, I'm back from the Wan. Let me show you what I got. Do a little Erewhon haul. I got the chicken combo plate. I did the gluten-free teriyaki chicken, the buffalo cauliflower, of course. Although they did have roasted Japanese sweet potato, which I love. And I was like, couldn't figure out which one I wanted. But buffalo cauliflower, so much flavor. So I went with that one. It never disappoints. And then I got a salad. I always love getting a salad. Was some kale, seems like a vinaigrette situation, some sliced almonds, raisins and or craisins, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna set up a little TV tray so I can watch Great British Baking Show. And then I got myself a cookie, of course, because you can't go to Erewhon and not get the chocolate oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. And I also got this, which I love, although I feel like it got more expensive. It was $5. And it's just apple cider vinegar, cinnamon tea, so it tastes cinnamony, and the apple and the cinnamon, it's like fall in a drink, but healthy, good for your gut. But I don't know if I'm gonna have it with dinner because I think I'm gonna enjoy an Olipop that I got from Imperfect Foods. Just a little TV dinner like we're in the 90s, except it's a really huge TV and I have Erewhon. Now 9:15, I finished watching the episode of Great British Baking Show, enjoyed my dinner, and it actually filled me up a lot. So I've decided to not have my cookie tonight just because then I feel like I'd be eating it just to eat it, and I would like to eat it to enjoy it. And since it is a little after 9 p.m, I think I'm just gonna hit the hay. I'm so tired. Like finishing off that episode, I was just like, oof, I need to go to bed. The second my head hits that pillow, I'm going to pass out. So with that being said, that is my chill but productive Saturday in the life, plus what I ate today, plus a bunch of life updates. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what your favorite meals are and what else you want to see here on my channel. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe. I upload a new video every Wednesday. So until the next one, thanks for watching.